everyone, welcome to Yoga with Donna. I hope everybody's keeping well. Today we're going to be doing a 15-minute yoga practice for deep stretching. So let's come into cat-cow. So swing your legs around, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and let's just spread your fingers wide into the mat, pressing the palms in and coming into cow. Drop your belly, chest coming forward, deep breath in and breathing out, navel to spine, looking back between your knees, really arch your back, pressing those palms into the mat, lifting up away, breathing in, breathing out. Couple more times, breathing in and breathing out. Drop your belly, lift your gaze, round your back, pressing through your palms. Coming back into tabletop, into neutral. Extend your hands further forward towards the front of your mat. We're coming into puppy pose. Now you might want to put a block underneath your forehead if you're feeling like it's a little bit too hard on your upper back coming into this position. So a really good chest opener. Just relax your forearms onto the mat. Try and relax your shoulders down your back. Have your sit bones above your knees and just take a few deep breaths here. And with each breath, just try and get that chest slowly heading towards the mat, really opening up through those shoulders. Another deep breath. And then pressing yourself back, big toes together, knees as wide as you can, and just come forward and just relax onto the mat. Bring your thumb and your index finger together, and have your elbows, your hands and your elbows in like a diamond shape because it relaxes your shoulders down your back. And nice long deep breaths here. Getting your body prepared for the rest of the practice. Getting into the lower belly with your ear, breathing in. Exhale all the air out of your body. And then when you're ready, pressing through your hands, curling your toes under, hands out just in front of your shoulders. Press those palms into the mat, lift your sit bones up towards the ceiling. Stay up on your toes, keep your knees bent for a minute. Have your head looking back towards your feet. Rib cage knitting together so your ribs aren't splaying out towards the mat, they're knitted in. Have your shoulders gliding down your back with your inside of your elbows turning towards the front of the mat. This just helps your shoulders stay down your back rather than coming up by your ears. And then when you're ready, just pedal your feet out. Really working through those hamstrings. And then if you feel like you'd like to, today just head your heels towards the mat and hold it here. Otherwise just keep pedaling through your legs if you feel like you're not quite ready for a really deep stretch into your hamstrings. Hold it here for a moment. And then when you're ready, glance forward between your hands, take a couple of steps on your tippy toes towards the front of the mat, feet hip width apart, relax down over your bent knees, hold your elbows if you like to in ragdoll, and then just bend one knee more than the other, just swinging side to side. Really relax, feel like the crown of your head is just relaxing further and further towards the mat. And then just slowly come to stillness, straighten your knees as much as you can to stretch through your hamstrings. Make sure your weight's through the front of your toes and your insteps, not back in your heels. Deep breaths. And then when you're ready, bend your knees, unlink your arms, coming up, arms overhead, and breathing out. And then bend your knees, arms coming up, and coming over your legs forward, bend your knees down towards the mat, and then coming into, place your hands on your shins, and coming into flat back, extend the crown of your head forward, nice flat back, make sure you're still over the toes and the insteps, not sitting back into the heels, otherwise you're pushing back too much into your hamstrings. Just need to support your core a little bit more. And then relax down, bending your knees, breathing in and breathing out. Take your right foot behind your left, so it just crosses behind and comes slightly forward towards the front of the mat. Take your arms up beside you, hold your right wrist with your left hand, and then just gently, with your navel still facing the front, gently stretch like a good side stretch over to the left side, and really feel that left hand pulling that wrist across. A couple of deep breaths here, and then open out, change over and place your left foot behind your right, extend your arms up, breathing in. Hold on to your wrist with your right hand. So right hand's holding your left wrist, stretching over to the right hand side, getting a really good side stretch through that left side. Breathe into it. One more breath. And then opening out your arms, take your foot from behind, breathing out and breathe in, bend your knees, breathing out, coming over your legs, hands down to the mat, step back into downward facing dog. And this time just slowly have your heels heading towards the mat. And then when you're ready, step your right foot forward into a low lunge. Relax your knee on the mat, the top of your left foot. Stretching forward with your chest, really feel that stretch through that psoas muscle, which is the left hip coming forward. And then pressing back, coming up to crescent pose. Lift up your left arm and just bring that arm across your body into a nice side stretch. And then open out. Place your left hand on the mat, curl your toes under, lift your knee off, and let's extend into a side twist. Deep breath here. And then place your hand beside your right foot, coming back into downward facing dog, pedal it out. And then lower your heels towards the mat. And then step forward with your left foot between your hands to low lunge. Hold it here for a moment. Stretch that chest forward. Lower the knee, top of the foot. And then just coming, pressing up into hands onto your thighs. Breathe in, take up your right arm, up and over. Really stretch through that psoas muscle, through the side of the body there. Hold it for a moment, breathing into it. And then open out. Coming back down. Place your right hand on the mat, lift your knee and curl your toes under and extend up into side twist. Now you can keep your eyes down towards the mat if you've got a neck issue, or if you want more of a stretch and you find your neck is okay, you can look up towards ceiling, towards your arm. breathing out. Coming back into downward facing dog. And lower your heels towards the mat. And then look forward, step your left foot between your hands. Swivel around with your hands to face the long edge of your mat. Have your toes turning in slightly, heels going out. And just stretch forward with your head, crown of your head. You come up onto your fingertips, long back. And then when you're ready, just relax down. You might want to bend your knees a little bit if you're finding it a little bit too intense. Otherwise, just try and stretch back as much as you can. You might want to hold on to your ankles, or you might want to hold on to your shins or your calf muscles, and just pull yourself through towards the back edge of the mat. And hold it here, deep breath. You might want to bend your knees and then extend and just go that little bit deeper into the stretch. Bend your knees, go that little bit deeper. Bend your knees, just a bit deeper. And this last time, bend your knees. Just hold it. Deep breaths through the backs of your legs, relaxing your head down towards the mat. And then when you're ready, bend your knees. Slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, coming up. Straighten your knees, bring your legs in towards each other a little bit more, shake them out. We're going to come into Warrior Two now. So step your left foot forward, right foot back, so your heels lined up with the instep of your back foot. Come down as low as you can. Bring your arms up and extend one arm forward, left arm forward, fingertips stretching right forward past the front of the mat, and your back arm, right arm stretching out as much as it can towards the back of the mat, and lifting up off your hips. Engage your core, strong thighs. Try and get that edge of that back foot pressing into the mat. Stay here for a moment. Deep breaths. And then bring your arms up, still keeping your front knee bent into Warrior Two. Then come into like cactus arms and just hold it here for a moment. And then if you can, just slight back bend, pressing those feet into the mat so you're nice and stable, holding your core. And then come up to center. Extend your arms one more time. Cactus arms, hold it here. Lift your chest up. Really feel the strength through your lower body holding you up. And then coming up. Extend your arms. And then take them out. By this time your thighs should be burning a little bit. Just go that little bit further into the stretch. Hold it here. Make sure you've got your shoulders over your hips. You've not got your ribs splayed out. And then when you're ready, coming up, bring your arms up. Turn that left foot in. Turn the right foot out. And extend forward, bending that knee. Taking your arms forward and back. Long line. Go down as deep as you can. Hold it here. Should really feel it through the inner thigh. Should really feel it through the inner thigh on the back leg. And you should feel it also going through the side of your foot and your leg at the back there. Nice and strong. Lifting up off your hips, shoulders down. And then bring your arms up, turn your head to face the front, and then slowly take your arms into cactus position, hold it here, and then when you can, lift your chest, gaze up towards the ceiling, hold everything firm into the mat, and then coming back up, breathing in, and again, breathing out, coming back up. Strong legs, bend that little bit deeper into it. Hold it here. Deep breaths. And then when you're ready, coming back up. Turn your feet in, bring your arms down, and just bring your feet together. Shake them out, and just turn your toes out. Heels coming in towards each other this time, so opposite to what we just did. We're coming into Malasana, a yogi squat. So just come down to whichever position you can, and just bring your hands into your sternum. I might bring my feet a little bit closer together. So just adjust yourself to where it's good for you. Doesn't matter if you're still in an upright position, just as long as you can feel the inner thigh stretch and your lower back heading down towards the mat. And a couple of deep breaths here. This is a very good deep stretch for the inner thighs, for the hips, for the ankles. Try and keep your spine nice and long. And then when you're ready, place your hands on the mat. Bring your legs together, heel toe them in, shake them out. We're going to come down to the mat. Come down gently to the mat. We're going to come into a butterfly pose with a difference. So you can have your feet slightly apart and coming out in front of you more. You might want to put a block or a cushion underneath your sit bones so you've got a little bit of a straighter lower back if you're feeling like you're rounding back. You're going to breathe in, hold on to your ankles and breathe out. Elbows out to the side, slide your fingers towards your toes. And then breathing in. And breathing out, slide your fingers towards your toes, coming forward, rounding your back. So your head is aiming to come into the middle of your feet there. Coming back up, straight back, breathing in. Breathing out, this time hold it in a position that's good for you, just head, crown of the head, heading towards the mat. This is a very good stretch for your inner thighs and your lower back. And another deep breath in, coming back up. Very gently stretch out your legs in front of you. Remove the cushion if you had a cushion there and just get your sit bones going back in space, sitting up nice and tall. And then head towards your feet and just stretch out. Wherever you can, wherever it feels good to you. It's a nice stretch through your hamstrings. You might want to bend your knees slightly. If that feels more comfortable, place your hands underneath your knees. Long deep breath here. And then pressing back up, coming around into easy pose, sitting up nice and straight. And let's just take a side stretch, right arm coming up and over. Press your forearm of your left arm into the mat. And up and over, other side, breathing in, breathing out. And then both arms up, coming forward, stretch forward over your legs. Coming back up, change legs over, try it on the other side, breathing in and coming forward, stretch four fingers along the mat, along the floor, pressing back up and then deep breath in, palms together into your sternum, and I hope that you enjoy this practice and you feel like you've had a really deep stretch. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope to see you on the mat again soon. Namaste.